1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know the theme music. And it is This Week in Sports. We have another very special guest. Finally, got my cuz on the pod here.
Been a minute.
This is Joel the Bruneau.
What it do?
And I mean, we go way back. Obviously, we're cut from the same cloth. This is my cuz. He knows his hockey. That's about it. He knows his wrestling.
Got me into hockey.
Yes.
Back in the day.
Well, way back in the day, bro, we used to play hockey all the time, man.
NHL 99, I think.
On N64, that's what we were talking about, playing some GoldenEye and bringing it back.
Do you remember the cheat where like you could do the wrist shot as long as you got a breakaway? You could always almost get it in.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Games have come a long way since then. Mm. We used to play on the street. We used to play everywhere. Right?
All the time.
Big Oilers fan, as big as I. On This Week in Sports, this episode, we'll talk some oil. We're going to talk the signings that we did, or not, the trades we made, I should say. Mm. The Tomahawks, Northern Alberta Tomahawks, they're going to the playoffs this weekend here. I'm so excited for that. And MLB has started. That's why I'm wearing the Jays swag.
Let's go.
Yes.
Go.
And then, of course, This Week in Sports history. But before anything, got to talk about the game I went to.
Absolutely. I haven't even heard the story quite yet.
Yeah, we saved it for this. Yeah, we saved it for this. Real. Oh, it was fun, man. I took my dad to the Toronto Maple Leafs Oilers game because my dad grew up a Leafs fan. I know we don't talk Leafs on this podcast, but you can't blame him because back when he grew up, the Oilers didn't exist, right? So
and Toronto was always in the playoffs, kind of like the Yankees.
Yeah, exactly. And they were always on TV.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I understand, and he's a diehard hockey fan. My dad is. So I understand why he was a Leafs fan. So I brought him to the Leafs game, and it was a great time, man. It was so much fun. Oh, dude, there were so many Leafs fans there. It just started really, really, really dope because I ended up driving there, and I have a parking spot that I can't disclose because
fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I know where to park. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, that's not our skip. That we got to skip the dish driver here, but it's not even ours. And Caleb's gonna go answer the door.
First time on camera. Oh.
No, fuck that, dude. We're pausing this shit. Fuck that. Fuck off, Alex.
We're busy. We're recording.
Fucking idiot.
What the hell was even that?
Should we keep that on? Should we keep this in?
Here, point the camera at Alex.
Alex, what the fuck, bro?
Dude, you fucked this whole thing up, Alex. Like, dude, we planned around. Oh my god. I don't give a fuck about that. We should almost just keep it in. This is on you, Caleb. All right. I don't know where the fuck I was. Who cares?
Oh, first time on camera. Oh shit. Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
No, holy fuck,
I like it.
dude.
Mm.
Anyways, go back to my parking spot.
Absolutely.
I can't disclose where my parking spot is because everyone's gonna go there, but it's a good parking spot. I know where to park down there.
Yeah.
And so we drove down there, went to the walked up to the Rogers Arena, had a smoke or two, and I could just tell my dad was pumped, and I was pumped too. I was looking forward to this for like a week.
Yeah, you made warm up too.
Yeah, we got there early enough to make half a warm up, and got there. Seemed like there were so many freaking Leafs fans there, man. So many Leafs fans, and I'm glad there was because I ended up talking so much shit to these Leafs fans, bro.
Yeah.
Once the game started, I'm glad we were able to see everything, like the intro and everything, because my pops. We haven't been to a game in a while, and so we got to see all the intro and all everything, right?
Yeah,
the anthems and all that shit.
Didn't Connor get
you got the Molson Cup? You got the Molson Cup during that too, yeah. Meaning he best player of February on the team. He got the most stars. That's what it comes down to. Yeah, the most first, second, or third stars.
Rating.
That's how they do it.
Yeah.
And so we got to see all of that. Got to see the intros, and then the game starts, and we're coming out hot. The Oilers are. We're playing with them, and then we just took it to them the entire game, which I was pleasantly surprised by, but not completely shocked because we played as well. We played almost as well, if not better, than we played against Boston the game before. Because that game against Boston, we were watching together.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
And
they shut down that third period.
Yeah, and we actually kept up with the best team in the league, Boston Bruins. So if we're able to do that, Toronto is just, whatever, right?
Absolutely.
So we were able to keep up with Toronto and actually surpass Toronto, and we were able to score early and keep scoring. And it was fucking so much fun because there was Leafs fans everywhere, all over us. There was this group of Leafs fans behind us.
Let's go Oilers!
Go Leafs! Go! When they did that, I made up my own chant. They're like, let's go Oilers! I'm like, pick a new team. Pick a new team. I kept chanting.
Pick a new team.
Yeah, just like giving these guys shit because we were winning too, so that made it a lot easier to chant. And then I just kept like chirping these guys, these Toronto fans, because we were like dominating the game, right? And I was like, that's how you play hockey, Toronto. That's how you score goals, Toronto. I just going off. Leafs fans like in front of us, like looking back and shit, and then these Leafs fans behind us, they were like chirping me the entire game too, like I was chirping them, and it's all fun, right? Absolutely. And but there's a little bit of animosity there. We're up in the second deck, with the real people, and it's fucking hilarious, bro. So we were up like 5-1 in the third period, right? And then they scored 5-2 or whatever. But by the end of the game, my dad looks back and he's like, he nudges me. He's like, yo, I'm not going to use the adjective he used, but he's like, they're gone.
Yeah.
The Leafs fans behind us left before the game ended because they knew what they were going to hear and what they were going to get, right? Because I was chirping it all game, and I knew I was going to chirp it all game. I knew it was going to be a crazy environment and so much fun, and it surpassed my expectations. It was so much fun. Me and my dad had a great time, and I mean, we obviously took it to the Leafs. So
that might be, you might have like caught also too, like one of the probably bigger, like
that was
games. This
that was probably like one of the biggest games in the NHL this year.
And apparently too, I was telling the first time in 7 years that we've beat them.
Yeah,
home ice since Rexall Place, which
is
like
first time at Rogers we beat them.
Yeah, and you've also been like those old records that like haven't been broken for a minute, and you break those. You know what I mean? You've talked about that before when we were kids, and like that's how you those records that like, we haven't beat Boston on fucking home ice since fucking 2013.
Yeah, I did say that back in the day.
Those fucking,
make sure you're talking it straight into it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I always said that growing up, like once we break these curses against these teams that we haven't beaten in a long time, that's when we're going deep. We're going hard.
Absolutely.
And that I think management and the team knows that because we traded for Matthias Ekholm, who I got to see play in Toronto. It was his first game. Like he'd just gone into Toronto like a few hours prior.
Yeah.
Or sorry, gone into Edmonton a few hours prior,
right.
And was able to play that night. Like he flew in at like 1 o'clock or something.
Oh my!
And
to make it,
and was in the game. And then we also traded for Nick Bukestad from Arizona, who's a depth forward, and that was a couple days ago. We're not sure if he's going to be playing tonight against Winnipeg, but I'm sure he'll certainly make the trip to Winnipeg tomorrow and play tomorrow.
What's his kind of story? You were saying.
He's a veteran now. He's played. Actually, his first game with the Oilers is going to be his 600th game played in the NHL.
Nice. Yeah.
And so he's been around the block,
done that. Yeah.
And he just never won. And he wants to come. Obviously, he's excited to come to a place that has the potential of winning.
Absolutely.
As is Ekholm. And the thing about Ekholm too is, we got him from Nashville, and Nashville retained some of his salary, which was a big deal, because Ken Holland, our GM, kept saying like it's dollar in, dollar out, because we're right up against the salary cap,
right?
And that's the nature of the NHL nowadays. You got to deal with the salary cap,
yeah.
And so it was nice that Nashville retained 4% of his salary. He makes $6.5 a year. We only have to pay $6.2 of it, so that it made it work underneath the cap. So we're cap friendly, and we were able to add Bukestad. Unfortunately, I mean, we lost Puyarvi. He didn't even want to be here, I don't think.
Yeah, he didn't he make it like known one time on the TV. He's like, I don't even think I can score in the NHL.
Yeah, I know. He said to Finnish media that he wasn't. He was, maybe some of it was lost in translation, but he said the way it came off is like he doesn't want to be here. You can kind of tell.
Yeah, the
And
Buffalo
then-
King or Bison King.
Bison King, thank you for the 5 goals you scored for
Yeah.
us. What was a bigger loss was Tyson Berry.
I concur.
Yeah, because he
Mhm.
he quarterbacked the power play, and now it's up to Bouchard
Bouchard, which he's not really. He's more of a shooter. Barry's kind of
setting it up and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm sure Bouchard will learn. I mean, our power play is so good. Hopefully, there's not too big of a drop off
Mhm.
because the way our power play is right now, it's the best in history.
literally.
It actually is.
Yeah,
It's the best in history of the
absolutely. Yeah,
NHL.
yeah.
And so hopefully there's not too big of a drop off there.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the way we played the last couple games against Toronto and Boston when we were watching it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And so hopefully we can continue that during this weekend against Winnipeg.
mm-hmm.
Um,
And that's a back-to-back. You said it's a home and home, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So we play here tonight, and then we play in Winnipeg tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm gonna miss I'm gonna miss the end of it because the Tomahawks play the Northern Alberta Tomahawks in the playoffs. They're actually playing tonight in Game 1 in Edson against the Edson Eagles.
Let's go.
Yeah, so may as well hype that up a little bit. So I'm gonna do so much prep for this fucking game, bro.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
More prep than
You
I've
gotta.
ever done.
Mhm.
And it was kind of trippy though, doing the last game for the Tomahawks, the regular season, like the last regular season game,
Mhm.
because I was just reminiscing at the old barn in Enoch, just sitting there like shit. I actually did a full season of hockey play by play. I'll never forget this
Yeah.
because, I mean, I have aspirations to do bigger and better things,
Mhm.
and you never forget your first. So I'm glad we're gonna have hopefully a long playoff run. The Tomahawks are,
Absolutely.
and this weekend, Enoch, check it out. Saturday at 7:15, Sunday at 8 o'clock, I believe, are the 2 games. And then if we beat Edson next weekend, we'll be in the next round. And so it's gonna be awesome, and it's affordable. It's like $5-10 or something.
For real.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
completely affordable. It's a good time, and
I'd be calling it.
and I'm calling it. And so if you can't even make it, just check it out on YouTube. We stream it live, Northern Alberta Tomahawks on YouTube, and it's just been a pleasure doing it this entire season, and I've gotten so much better, dude.
Yeah, yeah. Refined the
Well,
craft
dude,
a
oh
little
my
bit.
God, I'm so glad the first game isn't on YouTube anymore because
Yeah.
there was like technical difficulties.
Okay, yeah,
It was rough.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, because I didn't know the players,
Yeah.
first of all, and it was my first game actually doing live play-by-play
Mhm.
in a hockey game. And on top of it all, I forgot my fucking actual spectacles at home or something.
Yeah.
So I was wearing my other ones, my shades.
Yeah.
So I
Just rocking Ray-Bans in the
yeah, I
booth.
was rocking Ray-Bans, so I could like, so it was either like take them off and like see like nothing, all blurry, or keep on these Ray-Bans where everything's dark.
Yeah.
So it was a
It was a battle.
it was a bad
Yeah,
one,
no,
but it was my
thank you,
first
yeah,
one.
yeah.
And luckily, thank God, there was technical difficulties, so
Mhm.
no one can watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
But if you listen through the progression of this season, I think I've gotten better.
Mm.
And I'm gonna do, like I said, I'm gonna do so much prep for these playoff games. It's gonna be resume worthy. I'm gonna put that shit on my resume.
Absolutely. So who they playing the first round?
We're playing Edson Eagles,
It's the
which
Eagles.
we actually have some history with. We played against
Oh.
them eight times this year,
Mm.
and I think we were 5-3. And they're one of my favorite games calling was against Edson.
No kidding.
Dude, it was carnage.
Yeah.
It was mayhem.
Absolute fun.
Dude, there was like fights all over the ice.
Yeah.
the goalies almost got into a fight until one of the goalies got like manhandled by the referee and like thrown down to the ice by the
"Don't you
ref.
dare,
Yeah,
man, don't you-"
yeah. I thought there was gonna be fights in the stands, dude.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
kidding,
it was getting that
heated.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
And my broadcast partner Connor Monday, shout out Connor, I love you. He's the goalie coach for the
Right.
Tomahawks,
Yeah, yeah.
so he like kind of has the coach's mentality.
Mhm.
So he doesn't approve of these crazy games like that. But as an announcer, I love that
That's what
shit.
you live for.
That's what I
man.
live for, man.
For
Yeah,
real,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
So I cannot wait for this series. I think where puck drop is right away in Edson,
Oh,
and
shit.
game 1
Oh shit! Tonight.
tonight,
Oh,
bro.
fuck.
Game 2, game
Yeah,
3
let's
tomorrow
go.
and Sunday.
Absolutely. Let's go,
And
boys.
I am so stoked to call these games, and it's going to be so much fun. And I can't thank the Tomahawks enough for giving me this opportunity. And yeah, no, next week there's a little shindig that I get to go to for the
Nice.
Tomahawks.
Little soiree.
Yeah, I'm excited for
Yeah,
that.
man.
So yeah, that's gonna be fun. So yeah, if you can't make it to the games, check it out on YouTube. Northern Alberta Tomahawks, really appreciate it. But more about you and me, my guest,
Yeah, hey,
before we
hey.
move on any further. So this guy not only knows his NHL, knows his hockey, but you know your wrestling quite well.
Absolutely.
And what I wanted to touch on was our wrestling matches all over the place, on White Ave, on Jasper Ave, in different housing settings. What we do sometimes when we're out and about is we put on a bit of a wrestling show
Yeah.
on the streets of wherever the fuck we are.
And commit to the bit fully.
Yeah, like
Absolute
throw
fully,
each other
man.
into cars, throw each
Yeah,
other
on
onto
the
hoods.
Yeah.
People freak out.
Yeah, people like there was one time literally people were filming him, were like, "Oh my god, stop it! You're gonna hurt him!" And like, but he's like, "Yo, man, they're just fucking having fun."
Yeah.
It's all good. But like crowds of people, and then they'll be like, "Oh, it's a show." Everyone would get into it. They're
Yeah.
like, fuck them up. Like, talk
Yeah,
them up.
yeah. I remember there was like
legit.
a group around us
Yeah,
watching us
for
the
real.
one
And they
time
were
on
like,
White.
They were almost like kind of like protecting us in a way, like almost like break dancers.
Yeah.
They're like, watch people dance. They're like, no, like they're like protecting us. from
Yeah.
the road.
They kept moving with us.
Yeah.
Because we were like moving down White Ave, throwing each other into cars, into like the storefront windows and shit.
You straight up like tossed me like back first into a garbage can, and fucking garbage like spilled out and shit. Like it was fucking crazy, man. It was like, oh, dude.
And people love it. People freak the fuck out. It's so much fun putting on those types of shows. Speaking of shows, man, we used to do shows back in the day too.
Absolutely.
Back when I was used to do hip hop.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
And
the Grays and
yeah.
yeah.
and a couple of your bands, we used to do live shows. You guys would put on a beat, killer beats,
Yes.
and I would just spit freeze
Absolutely.
in previous life.
Yeah.
So we go back, we have no apprehensions of like performing in front of people. So I think that's why like when we wrestle,
Yeah.
it's fucking hilarious.
I love how last time we did so, you like came out as the Undertaker. And we had the lights flickering and going, and we had this fucking shitty ass table.
Oh yeah,
And, like,
this was like last week. This was last week. Yeah.
for real. And like, dude, like the legs were like fucking like ready to fucking crack and break. I'm
We
like,
took like
dude,
videos. Like I had a hoodie. I put my hood on like the Undertaker. We had the entrance music going, and he had
Lights
the
flickering.
flickering light like it was lightning
Yeah.
and shit.
and we covered this fucking table a little bit with like pillows just to kind of make it look decent. And like actually the first time we did it, there was no cover, no.
Is that when I choke slammed you?
Yeah, dog. And like
Oh.
and like I full committed, dog. Like I straight up like jumped with you, and like however
Yeah.
high you can like put your
Yeah,
arm,
dude, it was a legit choke slam.
Yeah, and like table nothing.
Well, here's it. Yeah, no, that's the shitty
Like,
part
just,
because
like
we thought the fucking table was gonna break. The leg was all fucked up. So we're like, this thing's gonna break for sure.
absolutely.
If I choke slam you through this, you're gonna go
it's
through
gonna
it.
shatter. It's
Yeah.
gonna be like
So I fucking just
get the
boom,
table.
the whole thing doesn't break.
Dude, my body just goes.
Right on the table, like, oh fuck, how did it not break?
No, man, we should have we were thinking about it like performance wise. We should have like unscrewed the
Well,
legs
no,
and-
well, here's the thing though. I think somebody leaned on it shortly thereafter, then it broke.
Christy.
Yeah, it just
She's
like
you guys should
it
do
was
this
really
to-
easy. Yeah. And then it
absolutely.
just fucking broke like that.
Yeah.
It's like
You
The fuck?
loosened it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Like a
my
pickup jar.
god!
I loosened it for you.
But there was. How about you tell that story of that time when we were at your mom's house and I threw you in that coffin?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so like we literally, where the fuck did we come from? I don't know if it was a game or like I don't remember, like at the rink or something. We were lit anyway. We came back to mine. You're like, let's chill. And I was like, all right. And then fucking, I don't know how you started this, and I just knew that as soon as you did it. Like,
Once I see a folding
no,
chair, man.
dude, no.
Once I see a folding chair.
There was a fucking pot of water on the stove, like cold water on the stove, and like we were walking, and we're like, yo, man, like where's the beers? Whatever. Like, come to the table, and I don't know what got through your mind when you grabbed that pot of water and like
Splashed in your face.
and I'm like, and then that was fucking on. Like I knew. As soon as he tossed it at me, I was like, "Hey, we're fucking like full committing to this fuck. We're
I
wrestling."
think I hit you with the pot too.
Yeah, the king. Like, oh fuck. Full commit, and like, dude, we like, oh my poor mom's house.
Dude, we fucked it up.
Dude, we fucked it. Like
there was this little step ladder that I put on top of the dining room table. So this is the dining room table. It's fully, it's not broken.
No, it's sturdy as shit.
It's sturdy.
It was a good table.
It's a good table. I put a fucking step ladder on top
of it, like TLC shit. Like
well, no,
tables,
actually,
ladders,
before
and
that, we found this huge Tupperware container. That was like,
Oh,
I don't know, like
God.
4 feet wide or 4 feet long.
Yeah,
And I somehow like throw you in it.
yeah. You tossed me in it.
I toss you in it like it's like
Throw a
coffin
bunch of
match.
shit on me, like
Yeah.
chairs and shit, all this
Yeah.
stuff. I'm like, ah.
And I don't even know what the fuck I was thinking.
Dude,
I
okay,
put the step ladder
on the fucking table, and like you're like what 6'4", like you're fucking
Yeah.
tall, and dude, your head was like
I had to like,
crunched.
yeah,
You
I had to like
no
lean
room
over.
to do shit, and like this fucking step ladder just
Because I'm like
fucking
way up there,
teetering.
Caleb. My
Just
feet are
the
like up
table's
here.
like shaking. You can hear the wood creaking,
Yeah.
and like you know what you fucking did. Like I'm not gonna lie, that might have been the besides that choke slam that we committed to, besides the table rigging, that was probably the best full commit you ever did.
I was like, fuck it.
You fucking raw band,
Damn,
and you
frog splash.
dude, frog splash, like full commit, like Eddie Guerrero, fucking
Yeah.
like straight up, and lands on me in this coffin, and it fucking shatters, and I'm just like, oh, like,
I'm all
like,
fucked up
and like
too.
literally like gut on gut, like full commit, like, and I was like trying to tense up, but when he hit, like I was like, oh, he's doing it, he's doing it, and fuck, man, I was out for a bit after that for sure.
I think that was the match. I think I got 1, 2, 3 after that.
You definitely fucking won after that,
And
most definitely.
but yeah, this goes back to way back in the day. I mean, like when we were kids, we used to fuck around.
Do you remember the
the
fucking
basement.
the rings we used to have, all the fucking action figures and shit? And
Yeah,
like,
yeah. We used to play with the action figures.
Yeah.
We used to fuck around on the mattress downstairs.
yeah.
Just doing moves on each other and shit.
Do you remember Cookum's old? She had that like one little shelf.
Yeah,
down in the
we made
basement?
little matches with the fucking action figures. And
Yeah,
shit.
and it was like every level was like a harder opponent, and like I think
Yeah.
like Sting was the last one or Goldberg or some
Yeah.
shit like that. You had to like work your way up like it was Mortal Kombat. Like you had to like
Yeah, we had like milk crates.
yeah, milk crates with the cages.
Yeah.
Dude, absolutely.
And then we threw fucking. We knew we wanted to have a burned alive
a
match.
burned alive match.
And we're like
Who was it? Was it
no, we're like who can we like sacrifice?
Oh, it was Test.
Which one of our fucking action figures do we not care about like the least?
Who's the worst? Like who's the bottom of the barrel? Yeah, I think
And
was it Test?
No, it was DDP.
It was DDP, Diamond Dallas Page.
So we throw DDP in the fire, and
Yeah.
he's like melting the
burn
plastics.
It was a burned alive match. I mean, yeah, the plastics melt. It comes out like face. I quit.
Yeah, so we just had a bunch of those great times, man, as kids, and we still do.
Mhm.
And that's why I like your suggestion, Caleb, of picking up a controller to play some GoldenEye.
Yeah, go back to the roots.
Yeah,
dog.
that'd be a lot of fun.
You know what's sick too is like I feel like we were talking about like I feel like we first played that shit when we were like kids, and like it's
Yeah.
so funny because like we're talking about wrestling. I saw this meme. It's like, oh man, this shit looks so real. It's like WrestleMania 2000. I can't believe how real it looks. It shows how real it's like, so blocky and choppy and like,
Yeah.
just so 8-bit.
No,
Like,
straight up.
but when you're a kid, you're like, fuck, man, they really got Rock's face down. you
Well,
know?
yeah. Also, you don't have anything to compare it to.
That's so true.
Nowadays,
As
you have
technology progresses.
nowadays
no,
you have
absolutely.
like the best to compare it to,
Yeah.
right?
Have you seen the new game? Do you have any new games? New wrestling games at all?
I don't, bro.
No.
I wish I did.
They're like
I wish I
they're
did.
like Call of Duty where it's like seasonal.
You might have one. Really? You should look into that. That'd be fucking
That'd be
tight.
sick too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Fucking play an elimination chamber or Hell in a Cell or some shit.
Absolute- Dude, that'd be
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, that shit's fun.
Yeah.
There's nothing funner than playing some wrestling games
Yeah.
and just fucking around and
Mhm.
just doing dumb shit. And
Yeah.
because you like you couldn't do all this shit back in the day on N64 that you can do now
Exactly.
in the games, right?
Yeah.
Because there was like so many restrictions.
Mhm.
There was only so much, game power to it that you know half the shit that we thought of we couldn't do.
No.
Nowadays on wrestling, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Absolutely.
Throw them into the crowd and shit.
Yeah, and people, I feel like it's like like one of those kids back in the day was, I wish we could do this in this video game. Now they're fucking.
Now they're
doing
developers.
it. Yeah, absolutely.
Most definitely. Okay, well, before we move on here, just gonna get to some more NHL news
Mm-hmm.
because there was a lot of trades.
Mm-hmm.
It was trade.
Patrick Kane to the Rangers.
Patrick Kane to the
Holy
Rangers.
Shit, that dude, they
That's
are
huge.
fucking stacked now. They've
Huge,
been
bro.
stacked.
Yeah.
Tarasenko and shit now too.
Tarasenko as well.
Fucking like, oh my goodness.
So
Zibanejad.
the thing about that though is like they got so much fucking firepower.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to be able to stop the puck? Which
Ooh.
they've been proven that they've been able to though, because Shesterkin is one of the best goalies in the league. He won the Vezina last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And so their goaltending is on point.
Mhm.
Adam Fox is a good D-man, but he's more of an offensive D-man.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you got all this firepower. You're going to be able to fucking keep the puck out of your net. And that's something that the Oilers have always had. We've always had that question, the Oilers, right?
So true. Yeah.
So that's the only question I have for New York.
Mm-hmm.
We shall see, though. I think New York, with the additions they made, have a chance against Boston, maybe. But Boston is so fucking good, man.
Dude, that's unbelievable.
Boston is so
actually.
fucking good.
I haven't actually seen like a team just shut down the third period like that.
Oh, there's
And
dude.
like
After leading after two, they've only lost. They never lost in regulation.
after two.
Yeah, they're like 38.
Wow.
They're 38-0 and something.
Wow.
Yeah, I was watching their game last night against Buffalo,
Mhm.
and yeah, they got a 2-goal lead, and this season when they've had a 2-goal lead in a game,
Mhm.
they are 38-0-1.
Holy.
Well, they won last night, so 39-0-1.
That's fucking ridiculous.
But the fact that we were able to keep up with them though was awesome.
I concur. Oh, absolutely.
That was
But I
dope.
mean, the fact that they shut down the third period like that, where it's like they had 2 shots, I think in that third period, 2
Yeah.
shots in the third period.
Yeah.
So they just completely oriented our offense to give us any kind of chance, just killing the clock,
Yeah.
which is impressive. Like,
Well,
that
that's
was like no wonder the record speaks for it.
Well, they know how to play, man. They know
Yeah.
how to play with the lead. They know how to play to get the lead.
Mhm.
I mean, when we were tied with them going into the third period, or about to go into the third period, when the Oilers were playing them, we were
Mhm.
tied, and then they scored with like 25 seconds left in the second period.
That was it.
That was it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Came back and shut it down. Yeah.
A lot of trades, obviously,
Mhm.
in this week in sports. We're not going to get through all of them
Mhm.
because fuck it. Colorado Avalanche, though, they add Eller from the Capitals. Colorado's getting better.
Hmm.
They're not going off in the regular season, but I talked to my dad about this, and he's seen it before. Like, it doesn't matter what you do in the regular season. They have that experience in the playoffs. They're defending champs.
Absolutely.
They make the playoffs. You got to watch out for them.
Yeah, for real. And also saving their legs and saving their,
Yeah, well, they played a lot of hockey.
Yeah, don't go off too hard. They've
Yeah.
been like their season was twice as long as
Yeah.
So.
Leafs add a couple players. Who cares? Oh, frick, just loaded up the Leafs. Tampa Bay added Janot from Nashville. Nashville's just
Janot.
unloading all their players.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they're that's it for Nashville. I guess
Yeah.
they're in the rebuild mode.
Yeah, Ottawa stats.
Ottawa's only like a few. What did I watched? I seen it last night. They're, I think only 5 points out or something.
Really?
You might have to check me on that.
Really?
Yeah, they're not
Did-
like
did they
completely
just get-
completely out.
Did they just get Giroux? No.
No, they've had
Says-
him. They've had him.
Ooh.
Vegas added Barbashev from St. Louis. He's a pretty good player. Vegas is a pretty good team. We're chasing them.
Mm-hmm.
We got to keep
Seattle
up with
this
them.
year, dog. Oof.
Fuck Seattle.
Fuck.
Fuck. Those fans, man. I already talked about it
Oh,
on the
yeah.
other podcast. Like,
Water.
yeah. Jets, who are facing, they added Niederreiter from
Oh, shit.
Nashville as well. The Nashville's just unloading everybody.
Wow. No kidding.
Yeah, Yeah, no, there was a bunch of trades,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, I'm not gonna get into all of it. Tampa gets better. That doesn't matter. Yeah, cool. So, one thing we'll get into now here, since we got past all this trade talk.
Yeah.
I mean, Dylan Larkin agreed to an 8-year, $8.7 million annual value with the Red Wings, one of their top
Really?
stars.
Interesting.
But I mean,
Homeboy.
yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into it, yeah, McDavid hit 50 this year. Oh yeah, studio audience. They're not here for tonight, but oh no, they just showed up. There you go. Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
McDavid hit 50. He's like way over 100 points. Which reminds me, actually, shout out to Tyrell Schott and Brian Joseph of the Northern Alberta Tomahawks, who have also hit 100 points. Tyrell Schott of the Northern Alberta Tomahawks, first player in franchise history to get 50 goals and 100 points for the Tomahawks. I love to him. So he's got to show up in these playoff games.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm hopping back and forth between teams here, but MLB starting.
Let's go.
Spring training. I was today. Today I went to go see my dad, hang out with him, and it's funny.
Is he stoked?
Yeah, I know for sure. No, he was
absolutely.
pumped from the game.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny. Beyond the sports or anything, I go to the house. He uses my ride to go to the store or whatever. I passed out so hard this afternoon, man. I had like the craziest nap. The craziest nap. Because I was gonna go give him a ride, like just give him a lift to the store real quick, there and back, and he didn't see that I called him or I was there, so I walked into the house.
Yeah.
And then I sat on the couch, and I'm like, you just take the car. I'm tired as shit.
Yeah.
So I passed out. I had the deepest like REM sleep fucking nap ever.
Mm-hmm.
Slept for like 2 hours, 3 hours straight. Yeah, I was done.
Yeah.
I wake up. He threw on the Jays game, the spring training game.
Mm-hmm.
We were facing Tampa,
Nice.
and I just remember like the first bit of it, and then I passed out through like 2 hours of it, and then I woke up. It's like bottom of the ninth. We're down by a run.
Yeah.
We have one runner on. We have two runners on. We have the bases loaded.
Oh shit! Let's go.
And one of the kids hit a double off the wall to end the game.
What?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool to wake up to and watch that.
Are there any kind of like newer names or anything?
Yeah,
to look out for or watch out for?
Yeah, Kiermaier,
Mhm.
our new center fielder.
Sick.
He used to play for the Rays, ironically, and he's a veteran and he's really good. And he's probably our biggest addition. We added a few arms in the bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
And but for the most part, like our core and our main core of the young kids,
It's been OG for a minute, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
We still have Vlad. We still have my boy Bichette.
Yes, sir.
And I think we're gonna have a good year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I said that last year, and we got eliminated. Fucking 2 games. We don't talk about that though.
No.
No, I mean it's a long season, 162 games.
Absolutely.
Hopefully you'll be on at some point again. Before that ends.
Oh, most certainly. Are you kidding?
And I mean it's been too long since we've done like 60 some of these, and you haven't been
That's
on.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean we're doing it for like a year and a half now or some shit. It's been a long time.
I apologize, fans. My bad. It's
no, we'll get you on because you know your baseball too, and you like watching ball.
Absolutely.
And you got to come play for the Riots this year too.
Hell yeah! Is that like on the Remax?
Yeah.
Or what?
Well, no. Well, no, that's my team.
Okay, yeah.
We play at Rondo. We play all over the fucking city.
Yeah.
We're gonna be renting out a field this year because.
Like what your boys were doing that one time I saw you. They're at Borden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sick.
Yeah, no. Now we got 3 teams, I think, legitimately this season.
That many people.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, bro.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucking people.
Okay.
And so you got to come through.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll get you jerseyed up and all that shit.
Yes, sir.
And so I'm excited for that, but that's still like 2 months away.
Yeah, fair play.
Let's
even
not
in who knows, Alberta, right?
Yeah, let's
Could
not
be
get
going
carried
on.
away.
Yeah, no, but hopefulness still, absolutely.
Before we wrap it up here, though, I've got to say thank you to you for joining us.
Absolutely.
We usually do This Week in Sports History. Oh, one big shout out I wanted to do. History was made last night when when the Boston Bruins did beat the Buffalo Sabres. I forgot to mention this. They become the fastest team in NHL history to reach 100 points. The Bruins do.
Wow.
They did it in 61 games.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Hats off. To
No,
that.
no, hey, no, hey, don't. There you go. Okay, so we got two things in this week in sports history. One is kind of funny, and one I want to ask you about where you were because I'm sure you remembered.
Mm-hmm.
This week in sports history, 3 years ago. Doesn't matter what day. Who cares? The Toronto Maple Leafs were defeated by their own Zamboni driver.
Was that true or false?
No, it's a
False
fact.
No, I'm just-
I can't even remember his name though. It doesn't say in the post.
He ended up winning, did he not?
Yeah, he won.
Yeah,
He was the E-Bug.
Yeah.
And he played for Carolina. Fuck, he had like 5 minutes of fame, and I forget his name. Whatever. The Zamboni driver beat the Leafs.
What position did he play?
Goalie, bro.
Well, yeah, I assume, but he didn't say that. The dude, like,
Okay. So it's called an E-Bug. It's an emergency backup goaltender. Like the emergency. So like one goalie got injured, the next goalie got their
Gets
backup goalie
injured.
got injured,
No,
and
it's
they have
stands.
one person in the stands that can play goalie if that happens.
It's like a third.
Yeah, and
third
it
lineup,
was
yeah.
the Zamboni driver for the Leafs rink,
Uh,
and he came in, threw on the jersey for the Canes. They stitched his name on there real quick, threw him out there.
What? Really? That quick?
Well, that's how they do it. Well, they got to do it. You can't.
Tight. Yeah, you
People
can't
are
just, like-
waiting. Yeah. A lot of people fucking waiting
Yeah.
to watch this game. Yeah, give him a
The
number.
stitcher's like finally.
Boom.
The seamstress? Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a trainer that does it,
Yeah. that's-
and then they put him out there, and he made like I don't know, like 11 saves or some shit. It's funny. It's funny. Like
shit.
it's funny.
What?
It's funny.
Yeah.
Like I can remember the saves. I don't even remember the guy's name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eleven?
Well, yeah, because he came like halfway through the game, and then the Canes won against the Leafs,
Yeah.
so he essentially beat the Toronto Maple Leafs,
Oh,
the
shit.
Zamboni driver.
Okay.
Carolina Hurricanes, bro.
Who? So is that the same instance that happened with the Oilers, where the Golden Bears cat fucking ended up
Yeah.
playing?
Yeah, but
That's
but
sick.
the difference between that was we were up, we were ahead in the game,
Oh,
so we
right.
just put him in
Just to like.
to give him a
Give
once in a
Steve-
lifetime experience.
Yeah. Okay. That's hats off.
Yeah, exactly. Give him a hockey card and shit.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah, because
that's
we're
so tight.
pro.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
lose to fucking e-bugs.
No.
We don't lose to fucking Zamboni drivers
No.
because we're a
Absolutely not.
respectable organization.
Yes, sir.
So last point here, this week in sports history, happened in 2010, February 28th, 2010. Where were you when Sidney Crosby scored the golden goal? Do you remember?
The golden goal, which would be his.
Goal when he was playing for Team Canada.
Oh, where the
scored against
fuck?
USA. It was in
Okay, wait.
Vancouver.
Who was in that lineup with him?
Everybody.
Like, gets that.
Aginla.
Okay.
Aginla assisted on the goal, actually.
Yeah.
You don't remember where you were?
Where the fuck was it?
2010, you would have been 17, 18.
Yeah. We didn't have black jerseys, it was red jerseys, right?
No, we were in white jerseys.
Oh shit. Okay, fuck. Well,
You weren't watching the game.
No, I watched that game. I definitely remember watching that game. Absolutely. I don't remember the fuck.
It was during the day. It was
Yeah,
during
yeah.
the day. I remember I was at I might as well go into it because I don't even really talk
Fair
to
play. Yeah.
I was at this chick's house
Mhm.
after hanging out all night and partying or whatever, and I was the only one sitting in the living room watching it. I think her dad was there. She was still sleeping or some shit,
Mhm.
and I just remember watching it by myself and like being elated that we scored.
Yeah.
And then I remember shortly thereafter I was waiting for the bus. It was still daytime because it was during the day, right? It was the Olympics.
Mm.
And I remember waiting for the bus. I'm just like so pumped. I'm like, fucking right, it's Team Canada
Let's
won.
go. Yeah.
I'm not like celebrating with anybody.
Yeah.
I was still in high school at the time. But that's something I'll never forget. Sidney Crosby's golden goal. They actually have the net and the stick and the puck in the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto.
No shit.
Yeah. the 2 times I've been there, I've seen it.
Yeah.
They have it there, and I'm sure
The net too.
they have the
That's
net.
sick.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is pretty cool. So
Yeah.
if you ever go to Toronto, check it out.
Absolutely.
That's a must go to.
You said
when you're
you
in
could
Toronto.
spend fucking 2 days there. There's so much
Yeah.
to see almost.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've been there twice and I still haven't seen it all.
Yeah,
Like it's
that's gnarly. Yeah.
the first time I went. Well, the second time they had an exhibit that I didn't see the first time. There was a new exhibit. It was Gordie Howe, Wayne Gretzky exhibit.
Mm-hmm.
They were like there was an exhibit just dedicated to Gordie Howe and Wayne Gretzky,
Right.
and a bunch of their memorabilia.
Yeah.
And they always have like different shit there, and it's something I'll never forget.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, every time I go there, I'll go to the Hockey Hall of Fame because there's just so much memorabilia there, man.
Absolutely.
There's so much shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll have to get you on again one of these days here.
Yeah. No, absolutely, for sure.
That was fun as
It's
always.
been a slice. Yeah.
Maybe next time we'll turn this promo into an actual wrestling match. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god!
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Yeah. Get
'Cause-
the ring out. And,
Yeah, that's what we like to do. We like to fuck around and
Yeah.
wrestle and shit.
Absolutely.
If you ever see us on White doing
Hit up
that,
the ODR. Shout out to Macaulay.
oh, shout out to
if they
Macaulay.
don't wanna
Yeah,
fucking come
yes.
I mean,
I forgot
getting
about that.
warm, but-
We were supposed to. I was supposed to record at the Macaulay Cup there,
right.
but wasn't able to. And it's probably a good thing because I guess it was like packed,
yeah.
and it would have been hard to like actually record anything
Mhm.
during the actual cup itself.
Yeah.
But by the time I like drove by there, it was like 5:30,
Just the kids were hanging
6
out and
o'clock.
shit.
Yeah, it was just the kids there. But
all the pigs. I mean, all the cops dipped out.
I would like to. I would like to record at Enoch
Mhm.
during this playoff run here at
Mhm.
some point. So hopefully we can actually make that happen.
That'd be
But
tight.
until next episode, shout out to my cousin here, Joel
G.
Bruneau.
Hey,
Thanks for being on.
Double J, absolutely, dog.
We'll get you on
Okay,
again
then.
during the baseball season.
Mhm.
And yeah, thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. You know the deal. Hit like, do all that shit. Adios.
Hey.